This Godzilla figure is absolutely amazing. I had high expectations, and when I got the figure in hand and out of the box, I was absolutely blown away. I can't wait to show you guys what it's all about, so let's unbox it and get to the review. Here we are up close and personal with our Hiya Toys 1991 Godzilla figure, and you can see the detail is just absolutely amazing. You have such a great articulation in the tail, and the paint application is not sloppy. It looks really good. We also get two exchangeable hands here. The detail is absolutely amazing, and I think that this thing is just so cool. The articulation is phenomenal as well. And I heard, we're going to try it in a minute, that the tongue can move as well, which I think is just so cool. And you don't really get that on a lot of articulated figures. So I'm very excited for that. Let's run through all of the features on this Godzilla figure. Start with the paint and the sculpt job, and then we'll move on to the articulation. At the head here, we have really well painted teeth with no sloppiness around the jaw and the mouth. Opening up the mouth here, we have a very nice paint job inside the mouth as well, with some really nice flesh coloration. Kind of does look like the jaw is a little bit crooked on mine, the upper jaw specifically, but honestly I can't really see that very much when he's doing some very iconic looks. The eyes are painted very well. The sculpt is really incredibly detailed as well. The little ears are nice and visible. Moving down, we have very nice paint application on those nails. Looks really well done. Moving down to the legs. The toes are painted very well as well. Even on our replaceable hands, the paint job is extremely well done and not sloppy. Moving up to the dorsal plates here, you can see that the paint kind of starts at the halfway point of his head and works down all across his dorsal fins. I've seen some copies that have some missed paint on the dorsal fins, but I personally don't believe I have any. The paint is extremely well done, and that amazing paint application goes all the way down this really nice lengthy tail here. You have all those amazing and different striations that just look absolutely incredible. And each dorsal fin too has just such amazing and really impressive detail. I don't know if you guys can see it, but getting even closer too, you can see some dry brushing of kind of brown hues mixed in with the dark gray and black. And that dry brushing is all the way down here as well, just throughout the figure. It looks really well done. You get so much detail in the entire figure. It's really amazing. You even get these little stripes on the toes, and I do see that I am missing a little bit of paint on those claws there, but honestly it's not too noticeable and it's not a big deal to me. The articulation on this figure is truly incredible, and this is just barely scratching the surface on all the poses that this figure can do. Let's walk through all of the joints and movements that this guy can do. Starting off with the head, if you have a long enough nail, you are able to get your nail under the tongue and articulate it yourself. It's so cool that I can do this. Obviously, the mouth opens and closes as well. We have a ball joint here at the top of the neck, and another one right here, which allows for an extra extension right there. You can see it move around. And one at the base of the neck as well, which doesn't move as much side to side just because this dorsal fin is kind of trapped between that dorsal fin and that dorsal fin, but it does go up and down, and that's what it looks like here. It goes down that far, which looks so cool when he's looking down at the ground or maybe shooting his atomic breath, and up that far as well. Moving on to the shoulder and the arms, we have a joint here at the wrist, and you can move that. We have one at the bottom of the wrist as well, so you're able to get some extension. It's very easy to remove the hands and exchange them with the other set that Hiya provided. I didn't use any heat, although it is helpful to expand the joints, but you can see in real time that with some coercion, I'm able to get the hand on. And just like that, we have the other hand on. He looks very cool and menacing with that hand. We have a forearm joint, so you're able to move that around, as so. And you have a upper arm or elbow joint up here where it meets the bicep, and that's a swivel as well. And you have a shoulder socket joint, so you're able to move it in a full motion here. He's able to get some really cool stretch and go back that far. I do not believe it's a full 360, but if it does, my figure might just be a little tight, but I'm also not going to push it because I don't want to damage anything. Moving on to the torso, we have a ball joint here as well, and that allows him to get a stretch forward, a little stretch forward, not too much of a stretch forward, and a stretch back, also not too big of a stretch back, but that's okay. And that's what it looks like there. You're obviously touching the dorsal fins. You can probably get a bigger stretch if you put him on the side like that. That's what it looks like. He's kind of straight up. Moving on to the leg joints, we have a full 360 in the upper thigh here, which is very cool. And we have a joint at the top of the knee, which allows for you to bend the knee and move the knee up a little bit. Then we also have a joint at the lower knee where it meets the calf, and that allows for some twisting and some movement up and down as well. Now moving on to the ankles, we have a full ball joint here as well, so we can get movement up. That's about as far up as it can go, and we can get some movement down, which again, that's as far down as it goes, which isn't much, but it does allow for some really cool posability. And it also allows you to move the foot out, like so, and inside like that as well. Moving on to the tail, which is arguably one of the coolest parts of this figure. Along with the wonderful paint application on the dorsal fins, you have a highly articulated tail where each and every segment has a joint, which is absolutely amazing, and it allows you to get some fantastic shapes, some amazing S-curves. Even the tip here of the tail has a ball joint. We can make the tail wrap around. Really cool here. The articulation is absolutely amazing on this figure. You can get some really cool poses. Here we have Godzilla in another really dynamic pose. Just look at how much articulation it has, and how many figures do you know that can actually do this? Hiya Toys just knocked it out of the park with this figure. It is so amazing. I'm extremely impressed. And the fact that the tongue moves as well is just a cherry on top. It's so nice. Here we have a comparison next to the Ichibansho Shin Godzilla Sofix figure, and next to the X Plus Gigantic Shin Godzilla, and the Ichibansho 1991 Godzilla Sofix figure. But we have our figure here. Let's check out a still from the 1991 movie Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah, in which this figure is based on, just to see how well Hiya did in accuracy. Now, I assume the moment you all have been waiting for is wondering whether or not I would recommend this figure, and holy cow, I absolutely recommend this figure. It's just amazing. The detail is amazing, the sculpt is amazing, the articulation is out of this world. This figure is top tier. Hiya Toys crushed it. I'm so impressed, and I cannot wait to get their Burning Godzilla. If you like this video, please consider giving it a thumbs up. If you would do me the favor of subscribing to my channel, especially if you enjoyed this video and want to see more videos like it in the future. Thank you all so much for watching. I absolutely love this figure. Please let me know what you think of it in the comments below. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you guys in the next video.